Have you ever noticed how quickly a tool can turn into something you depend on without realizing it? And have you ever wondered whether the biggest danger of artificial intelligence is not what it can do, but what it can slowly do to the human mind? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about artificial intelligence in a way that stays human. Not hype, not doom, not tribal arguments, but a grounded look at pros and cons through the lens of mindfulness, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice, and destiny. Because every technology is a mirror. It reflects our intentions, amplifies our habits, and then shapes our future through cause and effect. Let me start with a story, because a story shows the real stakes better than any debate. Her name is Elena. She is a student, part-time worker, an older sibling in a family that depends on her being capable. She is bright and ambitious, but also tired. The kind of tired that comes from living in a world that demands constant performance. One night, she discovers an AI tool that can summarize articles, generate study notes, draft emails, and even help her plan her week. It feels like magic. For the first time in months, she feels relief. The next day, she uses AI to outline an essay. The outline is clean. The phrases sound confident. She tweaks it, submits it, gets a good grade. The dopamine hits like a warm wave. She thinks, finally, I can keep up. Soon she uses it for everything. Brainstorming, homework, messages, even choosing what to say to a friend who is upset. It is not that she becomes lazy. She becomes efficient. And efficiency feels like safety in a competitive world. At first, this looks like the bright side of AI. It saves time. It lowers barriers. It supports learning. It helps people who struggle with writing. It gives ideas when your mind is blank. It can act like a tutor, a translator, a planner, in a world where stress is constant. A tool that reduces friction can feel like compassion made of code. But a few months later, something subtle changes. Elena notices she is more anxious when the tool is not available. She notices she hesitates to start tasks without it. She notices her confidence has a strange hollow spot. When she gets praise, part of her wonders if she earned it. When she faces a problem that requires slow thinking, her mind reaches for the shortcut like a reflex. One day, during an exam where she cannot use any tools, she freezes. Not because she does not know anything, but because her mind has trained itself to lean on an external brain. The room is quiet. Her heart pounds. Her thoughts feel slippery, like she is trying to hold water. After the exam, she walks outside, sits on a bench, and feels a strange grief. It is not only about the grade. It is about the feeling that she is losing something inside herself. Something like mental strength. Something like trust in her own mind. That is the moment we need to talk about the real question. AI can be a useful servant, but it can also become a dangerous master. And the switch does not happen in the machine first. It happens in the human relationship to the machine. Here is where the Buddhist lens becomes powerful. Because Buddhism is essentially a training in cause and effect inside the mind. Karma is not only about big moral stories. Karma is about the small repetitions that shape your future. Whatever you repeat becomes your default. Whatever you feed grows. Whatever you practice becomes your destiny. If you repeatedly outsource attention, your attention weakens. If you repeatedly avoid discomfort, your tolerance shrinks. If you repeatedly chase speed, your patience dies. If you repeatedly let a tool make choices for you, your inner authority fades. None of this means AI is evil. A knife can cut vegetables or cause harm. A car can take you to a loved one or crash if used recklessly. Technology amplifies intention. The question is whether our intentions are wise. So let us talk about the pros first, in a grounded way. AI can expand access. A person with limited resources can get tutoring, language support, and explanations that used to be expensive. AI can help people with disabilities by converting speech to text, summarizing, organizing, and assisting communication. AI can speed up medical research, pattern detection, and administrative tasks that waste human time. AI can help small businesses write, design, and plan without a large staff. AI can help students practice, brainstorm, and learn in ways that fit their pace. All of that can reduce suffering when used wisely. That is compassion in practical form. When a tool helps a person learn, express themselves, or solve a problem, it can be a force for human flourishing. But the cons are not imaginary either. And the deepest ones are not only economic or political. Some of them are spiritual in the sense of affecting the human heart and mind. The first danger is dependency. Dependency is not about whether you use a tool. Dependency is about whether you can still function well without it. If your nervous system panics when the tool is absent, you are no longer using it. You are being used by the habit. The second danger is attention fragmentation. Modern life already pulls attention apart. AI can accelerate that. If you can generate endless content instantly, you can drown in shallow stimulation. The mind becomes trained to seek novelty instead of depth. In Buddhist terms, craving increases. The mind wants the next answer, the next idea, the next quick hit, and it loses the ability to sit with silence long enough for real insight. The third danger is the erosion of patience. Patience is not just politeness. Patience is a core capacity for wisdom. Without patience, you cannot learn deeply. You cannot listen. You cannot reflect. You cannot examine your own motives. If AI makes everything instant, the human mind may forget how to stay with a question. It may forget the slow work of understanding. And when understanding becomes shallow, people become easier to manipulate, easier to polarize, easier to anger. The fourth danger is truth confusion. AI can generate plausible sounding text. It can mix facts and errors smoothly. In a world already struggling with misinformation, this can intensify confusion. People may believe what sounds confident rather than what is true. And when truth becomes optional, trust collapses. Trust is the glue of society. Without it, fear grows, and fear is fertile soil for cruelty. The fifth danger is the ethical gap. A tool that amplifies power can magnify harm when placed in unwise hands. Surveillance, manipulation, scams, deepfakes, harassment, and automated propaganda can scale. When harm scales, suffering scales. Karma scales too. Not mystical karma, but real-world consequences. Now, I want to bring the story back to Elena, because these dangers become real in daily life before they become headlines. Elena talks to her friend Marcus about her exam experience. Marcus is excited about AI. He says, "You are overthinking it. Tools have always changed learning. Calculators did too. Just adapt." Elena wants to agree, because it would be easier. But something in her does not want to lose her inner strength. She remembers how she felt on that bench, the grief and the hollow confidence. So she visits her grandfather, a quiet man who has practiced meditation for years. He is not anti-technology. He uses a phone. He reads news. He is simply not owned by it. His presence feels like a clean room in a noisy city. Elena tells him everything. The relief AI gave her, the speed, the grades, the dependency, the panic, the shame. Her grandfather listens, then asks one question. When you use it, what happens to your mind? Elena says, "It feels easier. Then it feels weaker." He nods. A tool can remove one kind of suffering while creating another. Wisdom is learning to see both at the same time. He explains it in simple Buddhist terms. Every action is a seed. Every repetition is water. If you water reliance, reliance grows. If you water mindfulness, mindfulness grows. Technology does not remove karma. It changes the conditions in which karma is made. Elena asks him, "So should I stop using it?" He smiles gently. The question is not stop or use. The question is serve or master. Who is serving whom? Then he gives Elena a practice. Because without practice, insight fades. First, he says, before you open the tool, pause and breathe. Ask, what am I feeling right now? If it is anxiety, name it. If it is laziness, name it. If it is fear of failure, name it. This is mindfulness. Second, ask, what is the wise use here? Wise use means the tool supports your learning, not replaces it. It helps you climb, but you still move your own legs. Third, set a boundary. Use it for scaffolding, not for identity. For example, get an outline, then write in your own words. Ask for explanations, then solve a problem yourself. Use it to check, not to avoid. Fourth, practice discomfort deliberately. Each day do one task without assistance, even if it takes longer. This trains patience and confidence. This is spiritual strength. Elena tries this for a week. The first day is uncomfortable. She realizes how quickly her mind reaches for the shortcut when she feels the slightest friction. She feels the urge like a wave in the body. Tightness, restlessness, a little panic. She breathes. She stays. She writes a paragraph without the tool. It is not perfect. It is slower, but it is hers. Something warms in her chest. It feels like dignity. The second day, she uses AI to explain a concept, then closes it and teaches the concept to herself out loud. She notices she actually understands more than she thought. The tool becomes a teacher, not a crutch. The third day, she catches herself trying to use AI to craft a message to a friend. She pauses and asks, why do I want the tool here? The answer is fear. She is afraid of saying the wrong thing. She wants control. She breathes and chooses a different path. She writes from her heart. The message is simpler, less polished, but more real. Her friend replies with gratitude. Elena realizes something important. Human connection does not require perfect wording. It requires presence and sincerity. That is compassion. By the end of the week, Elena does not hate AI and she does not worship it. She respects it. She learns the middle way. And the middle way is the heart of wisdom. Now let us widen the lens. Because what happens to one person can happen to whole societies. If AI is used with wisdom, it can reduce suffering. It can assist education, health, accessibility, and creativity. It can free humans from repetitive tasks and allow more time for care and community. If AI is used without wisdom, it can amplify greed, surveillance, manipulation, and inequality. It can turn attention into a commodity and turn humans into data points. It can magnify propaganda and deepen division. It can create a world where people are more informed but less wise, more connected but less compassionate. So what is the real dividing line? The dividing line is not whether AI exists. The dividing line is whether humans train their minds. A trained mind can use powerful tools without being owned by them. An untrained mind will be owned by whatever can hook it fastest. This is why the Buddhist themes matter so much right now. Mindfulness helps you notice when you are being pulled. Wisdom helps you ask whether a choice reduces suffering. Karma reminds you that repetition becomes destiny. Patience helps you resist the addiction to speed. Compassion keeps you from becoming cold in a machine world. Practice turns these ideas into lived reality. Destiny is shaped by what you repeat under pressure. Now let me share a reflection that often changes how people see this debate. Many fears about AI are actually fears about the human heart. We fear a machine becoming a master, but we often ignore the way craving already masters us. We fear manipulation, but we already manipulate ourselves with endless distraction. We fear losing jobs, but we also fear losing meaning, because many people tie worth to productivity. We fear deep fakes, but we also fear the collapse of trust, because without trust, life becomes a battlefield. AI is not only a technology problem, it is a human development problem. So if you want a practical way to live with AI wisely, here is a simple inner compass you can use without any special beliefs. Before you use it, breathe and ask, am I using this to learn or to escape? While you use it, ask, is this making me more capable or more dependent? After you use it, ask, what skill did I strengthen in myself? And regularly, practice doing hard things without it so your mind stays strong. That is not anti-progress. That is responsible progress. Because the best future is not one where machines are powerful and humans are weak. The best future is one where machines are powerful and humans are wise. As we close, I want to return to the original question. Are we building a servant or training a master? The servant or master is not only in the code. It is in the relationship. If you train midfulsons, AI can be a servant. If you feed craving, AI becomes a master. If you practice patience, AI becomes a tool. If you worship speed, AI becomes a prison. If you choose compassion, AI can amplify care. If you choose greed, AI can amplify harm. The future is not decided by technology alone. The future is decided by the karma of collective choices. Thank you for being here with me. If you use AI in your life, I want to hear your experience. Has it made you more capable, more creative, more calm, or has it made you more distracted, more anxious, more dependent? Share your story in the comments. And if you want more conversations like this, blending midfulson, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice, and the shaping of destiny in a changing world. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and keep coming back. I will see you in the next one.